Welcome to Reflect with Ed Fazio. Get ready to experience one of the world's first 100% digitally generated podcasts, where we take a step back, dive deep, and strive to learn new things. Join us as we unpack thought-provoking ideas, personal reflections, and inspiring stories to help you stay in the know. Reflect is brought to you by the minds at ByteBrain and powered by emerging technologies from Google, HeyGen, OpenAI, and 11 Labs. Thanks for tuning in. Now, relax and prepare to reflect.
Welcome to Reflect, one of the world's first 100% AI-generated podcasts. So the world of work as we know it. Wow. It's undergoing some really profound shifts right now.
It really is.
We're seeing, widespread job transitions, huge layoffs affecting
millions.
And this ever-accelerating presence of AI just fundamentally reshaping everything, industries, roles. It feels like this moment of, both immense disruption and, honestly, kind of an incredible, maybe even intimidating opportunity.
It absolutely is. And I think what's really at the heart of it for so many people is that, a job isn't just income, is it?
No, not at all.
It's often a foundational piece of their identity. Their sense of self-worth is wrapped up in it.
Right.
So when that suddenly shifts or, vanishes completely, it's not just a professional thing.
It's deeper.
It's often a deep emotional upheaval, a genuine crisis of identity. So this deep dive today, it's really all about exploring how we navigate that.
Yeah.
How do we reclaim who we really are, beyond a job title? And ultimately, how do we deliberately build what truly matters next in life, in work?
So our mission today, then, is to really dig into how individuals and also organizations can not just survive this, but actually thrive.
Exactly.
By
Thrive.
redefining identity and embracing what we're calling an agentic mindset. Maybe we should clarify agentic a bit.
Good idea.
For you, the listener, it means really taking proactive control, making deliberate choices, acting as a self-directed force, not just reacting.
Being the driver, not the passenger.
And for organizations.
Well, for companies, it's about building systems where AI agents can act, autonomously or semi-autonomously to get things done. It leads to more modular work, fluid roles, a totally different structure.
Okay, got it. And we're pulling insights from some really interesting sources today, right?
We are. We've got the ByteBrain Pathfinder Reset, Ed Fazio's keynote from Layoff to Launchpad, which is powerful stuff.
Yeah.
And the strategic thinking in the Agentic enterprise.
Okay, so let's unpack this core issue. One of the sources, it puts it so well. We were trained to be job titles.
That hits home, doesn't it?
It really does. Think about it. From the moment we start working, maybe even before, companies, the system, it teaches us, subtly or not, to define ourselves by our role, by our output, by that badge.
Yeah, the badge.
So when the job ends, it feels like a loss of your actual value, a punch to your identity.
Oh, really?
And this normalization of grieving, not just for the money, but for the identity. We need to acknowledge that. It's real.
It's very real. And what's truly fascinating here, I think, is that this isn't just, your individual experience if you're going through it.
Right.
It's actually a symptom of this much bigger systemic transition. We're all kind of moving away from those old industrial age work identities.
Where your whole worth was tied to one static role.
Exactly. Often hierarchical. We're moving towards more agentic paths, paths aligned with purpose. It's like a fundamental recoding of what work even means.
A recoding. I like that.
And the good news in this, as Ed Fazio points out so powerfully, is the badge may be gone, but your value remains intact, and now it's free to move.
Okay, free to move. That sounds great, but...
But it's hard to feel it, right?
Yeah. For someone who's just been laid off or is in a big pivot,
yeah,
how do you practically feel that freedom? It's not just intellectual.
No, it's definitely not.
It feels like this huge psychological hurdle detaching from years, maybe decades, of that ingrained professional identity.
You're absolutely right. The psychological weight is immense. I mean, picture someone, let's call her Alex, a marketing director for 20 years.
Okay.
Her identity was marketing director. She didn't just do marketing, she was marketing in her mind,
Yeah, go boy.
When that role disappeared, it wasn't just losing income, it felt like losing a core piece of who she thought she was.
So the practical path starts where?
It starts with acknowledging that grief, definitely. But then you have to actively, almost radically, separate your inherent worth from any external title.
Radically separate.
Yeah. It takes an internal recalibration. You have to understand that your skills, your insights, how you solve problems, those weren't owned by your old company.
They belong to you.
They belong to you. They always have.
Yeah.
It's about realizing the system wanted you to believe your identity was outsourced. Detaching from that, that's a powerful act of self-reclamation.
Okay, now here's where it gets, well, damn interesting. AI.
Ah, yes, AI.
It's not just changing how we work.
Yeah.
It seems to be radically accelerating this whole identity shift we're talking about, sometimes in weird ways.
Uh-huh.
We saw this with that leaked Microsoft internal memo. Remember that?
I do. That was revealing.
A critical pivot inside Microsoft itself. They're telling their teams, basically, stop just building features. Ask, what problem are you trying to solve?
Shift in focus.
It's not just about giving us more tools.
Right.
It signals that AI is meant to help us get better alignment with our core goals, whether that's a company goal or, our own.
Right.
Moving from just doing stuff efficiently to doing the right stuff effectively.
Which then raises this huge question. Are we actually using this new alignment potential wisely?
Good question.
Are we leveraging AI for deeper purpose?
Mm-mm.
Or are we just, accelerating the old burnout pattern?
Right, because MIT did that study on ChatGPT users.
Yeah, that MIT study was fascinating and kind of paradoxical.
What did they find exactly?
Well, the more people offloaded routine tasks to AI, drafting emails, summarizing things, basic research.
Stuff AI is good at.
Exactly. The less engaged their own brains became, cognitive performance actually declined. Creativity kind of faded, focus eroded.
Seriously. Why? You'd think freeing up time would boost creativity.
You would think. But for many, the time gained from that efficiency wasn't reinvested into, say, purpose or health or personal growth or even tackling more complex, interesting problems.
So what did they do at the time?
They often just used AI to do more of the same kind of work faster, not necessarily better work or work that felt meaningful to them.
It's like getting a supercar just to drive around the block faster.
Exactly. Instead of taking that epic road trip you now have time for.
That's the trap. Efficiency without intentionality becomes burnout at scale. It's insidious.
It really is.
It's not about just doing more with the time AI frees up. It's about doing what matters most with deeper intention, with purpose.
Precisely.
Like imagine Sarah, an analyst. She automates her boring reports with AI. Great.
Good.
But instead of using that free time for, creative problem solving, learning a new skill, even just taking a walk.
She takes on 5 more reports.
Exactly. She feels even more swamped, even though her tools are efficient. The human brain needs engagement, novelty, not just faster processing. The real danger isn't AI making us redundant. It's us making ourselves redundant by failing to reinvest that freed up cognitive bandwidth.
That's a profound point. The study really highlighted that people felt, quote, productive, but often less fulfilled. That cognitive muscle, the one that thrives on wrestling with complex problems, the one that sparks true creativity, it starts to atrophy if it's not challenged.
So AI handles the rote stuff.
Right, the repeatable, the predictable. But our unique human stuff, empathy, novel connections, nuanced judgment, those are the areas we need to re-engage with. Use the time AI gives us to deepen our human contribution.
Okay. So given all these, frankly, massive shifts, the big question becomes, how do you, listening right now, actively navigate this?
Yeah, how do you leverage it?
Especially if you're in a pivot or facing a layoff or just feeling this deep change in how work. This is where things like the Byte Brain Pathfinder Reset program come in. It's framed as a 7-day system.
Right.
Designed specifically to help you move away from that old role-based identity towards, an agentic self-defined one. The goal is basically to help you get back to yourself.
Like a personal OS upgrade. I like that framing.
Yeah.
And the core principle is actually simple, but we overlook it all the time. You were never just your job title.
Never just the title.
You were, as Ed Fascio puts it so well, a solver of chaos, a distiller of clarity, a bringer of momentum.
I love those descriptions. Much better than middle manager.
Exactly. The Pathfinder Reset is designed to help you stop outsourcing your identity to a company badge or a LinkedIn profile, and instead start building a life by design, fueled by what actually energizes you, by your unique inherent value. Recognizing your worth is intrinsic, not external.
And it gives you concrete steps, right? It's not just theory.
Oh yeah, very practical.
Like day 1, the identity detox. The prompt is super direct. Who are you without your job title?
Yes, strips it all away.
Forces you to shed the labels, focus on your raw essence. What defines you outside work? What skills, passions can no one take away? It's like stripping back everything you thought you were.
Unnecessary peeling of the onion.
Then by day 3, you get into value remapping. The prompt is, what problems do you naturally solve?
Reframing strength.
Yeah, it reframes your natural talents as valuable offers. So instead of just a job title, you learn to say, I help people do this by doing that.
So not, I was a project manager, but maybe.
Maybe. I help teams bring order to complex projects by clarifying goals and streamlining how they talk to each other. It's a huge shift in how you see yourself.
It really is. It moves you from being reactive to being proactive, agentic. Then day 4 gets into agentic reclaiming.
Okay, what's that?
The question is, what would you create if no one could say no?
Ooh, I like that. No limits.
Exactly. Suspend the self-doubt. Design a project, a product, maybe a whole new role that reflects your deep values and vision. It's about authenticity, not what you think others expect. It's crafting your true north.
And that leads right into day 5, micropilot activation. The prompt. How can you test your idea the next 7 days?
Making it real fast.
Yeah. Pick one small, scrappy way to try it out. A blog post, a quick video, talk to someone, build a simple version. The mantra is key. Done is better than perfect.
Yes. Momentum over perfection.
Get moving, get feedback, prove the concept, even just to yourself. And finally, day 7, mission recoding.
Sounds important.
The question, what do you want your life's work to say about you? This isn't for LinkedIn, it says. It's a mission statement for your soul.
Wow.
You're not just rebooting a career, you're rewriting your operating system, deciding what values and purpose drive everything from now on.
And crucially, beyond just defining this new agentic identity, the Pathfinder also guides you to intentionally use that time AI gives back.
Right, the time gained we talked about earlier.
Exactly. Redeploy it into 4 critical zones: cognitive health, physical wellness, creative practice, and contributing meaningfully to others.
Because AI gives you time.
Yes, but like we said, the gift is only valuable if you use it intentionally. Only you decide what it's worth and how you invest it. It's holistic, not just career, but well-being.
Okay, so this shift we're seeing in individuals moving towards agency, it must have a huge ripple effect on companies too, right?
Oh, absolutely, a massive one.
If people are becoming more agentic, it has to fundamentally change the fabric of organizations. So let's switch gears slightly. How are businesses adapting? How are they designing their future in this AI-native world?
Well, connecting it to the bigger picture, Ed Facio's executive insight really nails it. We're past evolution now. We're deep into reinvention.
It's reinvention. Okay.
The next generation of enterprise architecture isn't just digital anymore. It's fundamentally agentic. Meaning work becomes modular, roles get fluid. People don't just use AI tools. They team up with AI agents to solve problems in real time.
Like Lego bricks.
That's a great analogy. Instead of a pre-built house, like a big old monolithic app, companies get individual bricks, composable software components, and builders, the AI agents,
who can snap them together instantly for whatever you need.
Exactly. Deployment is instant. You don't buy an app, you summon an agent. It's a total paradigm shift from static systems to dynamic, intelligent partners.
And this isn't just some far-off theory. You're saying it's happening now.
Right now, and accelerating. Look at Microsoft with their Copilot Studio. Their credibility hinges on them being the first and best user of their own agent workflows. They're eating their own dog food, so to speak.
Makes sense.
And Rabobank, incredibly, they did over 100 AI projects in just 18 months using a specific framework. Shows how fast a big company can move.
Wow, 100 projects in 18 months.
And get this, 64% of large enterprises are already planning generative AI deployments this year.
64%.
The signal is crystal clear. This isn't the future, it's the present. And frankly, some businesses are already being left behind.
So what are the key strategic moves for companies that want to capitalize on this, not get left behind?
Okay, 3 key things, and they're not just small tweaks. First, design agent-first workflows.
Agent-first, meaning?
Build systems where AI agents do real work, not just chat. Think about HR. An AI agent proactively handles onboarding paperwork, compliance checks.
Freeing up the human HR team for
mentorship, culture building, the human stuff. Or a sales co-pilot that pulls real-time data, analyzes customer feelings, drafts personalized pitches in seconds. That's agent first.
That sounds incredibly powerful, almost transformative. But what are the big barriers? It can't be that easy. Is it tech? Money?
You know, often it's not the tech itself, it's the human side. Culture eats strategy, right?
Always.
The biggest hurdles are often fear of job displacement, resistance to new ways of working, and honestly, just a lack of prompt literacy in the workforce.
Prompt literacy. Okay, explain that.
That brings us to the second move. Activate on-demand talent. Give every employee access to purpose-built AI co-pilots, yes, but critically, train them in prompt literacy.
So how to talk to the AI effectively.
Exactly. Not just what to ask, but how to ask for the best, most creative, most useful results for their specific job. It's learning to speak AI to unlock its real potential.
So it empowers employees, doesn't just replace them.
That's the goal. Build confidence, shift the mindset from fear to partnership.
Makes sense. Upskilling the whole workforce to dance with the tech. Okay, what's the third move?
The third, maybe the most vital, lead with digital trust.
Trust. Okay.
It's not just about building smarter tools, it's about building ethical ones. Using strong governance, like human in the loop.
Meaning a human is always involved in key decisions.
Precisely. For critical, ethical, high-stakes tasks, a human stays in the decision process. Ensures oversight, accountability, helps avoid bias or errors that fully autonomous systems might make. It's about earning trust while innovating like crazy, keeping human values front and center as AI gets more powerful.
So the really smart companies, they won't just add AI like another software layer.
No.
They'll become AI native, embedding agents everywhere, roles, processes, products, treating intelligence like core infrastructure.
It's a complete reimagining of what an organization can even be.
So let's bring it all back home. Back to you listening. You are not your last paycheck.
Definitely not.
You are not just some displaced worker.
No. You are, think of it this way, a reactivated problem solver. Reactivated. I like that.
You're not here just to slot back into the old system. You're actually uniquely positioned right now to help reshape it. You are a unique, irreplaceable, creative force, and absolutely nothing, no system, no layoff can take that away. You're the architect of what comes next.
So the final thought for you is this. What will you do with the time, with the agency that AI is starting to give us back? How will you actively design and build what really matters next in your life and your work?
Remember, you are an agent of possibility. You're a creator of meaning, a force of design. Welcome back to yourself.
Thanks for listening to the Reflect Podcast, where we're telling the future. Are you in it? Visit reflectpodcast.com and share your story.
In the cyber ocean of online voices and recycled content, something different has arrived. Reflect isn't just another podcast, it's the future of storytelling, powered entirely by AI. From curating data to assembling thought-provoking ideas, we've redefined how journeys are told. Reflect is a podcast that thinks, learns, and evolves with each episode. Every tale, every insight, crafted by the most advanced AI technologies. A podcast that disrupts the industry, breaking free from traditional formats, taking you on an entirely new experience. So tune in now and reflect. We're telling the future.